Just relax there, baby. You leave everything to me. Shit's okay now. I won't waste your time, and I definitely won't make it worse. I'm just here to calm you down, give you someone to talk to, because I know it gets lonely out there. And I miss you. I miss you every time you have to go to be a hero again. I love that you are one, but that don't make it any easier. Don't you get it, baby? I love you, and I don't take that easy. Oh, baby, you don't know what time I thought about. It was real simple, but remember about 2 months once we started dating, we went to that tea shop, and I didn't know the first damn thing about tea. I've only grew up with instant coffee and things like that. Sure, my auntie used to brew some coffee, some damn fine coffee at that, but the thing is you knew more about tea than I knew about it. And I was looking at that menu and I said, what's an Earl Grey? Who's he? What'd he do? And you looked at me and you laughed, and I just couldn't help but remember that smile you had. I didn't know who Earl Grey was and why I should care about his tea. And after trying it, I figured out why. He's pretty good at what he does. You know, that time, or when we went to our first concert together. I never heard of the band, but you seemed like you were a big old fan of theirs. And I just kept seeing your face light up when every single time they'd do some fanfare, they'd go out and almost touch the audience. And I could see that they were heroes in their own right, making sure people could really feel alive. And to me, it don't matter how you're a hero, it just matters that you are one. And you've always been my hero, you know that? And I think, for one, our little love nest in this wonderful little woods off the chute of the city. Sure, we're close enough that we can still get there and do something, but we also got nature around us. And I, for one, really like both. See, if you told me we were gonna go fishing right now, right down that pond down the road, I'd be fine with that. But if you told me you wanted to go bowling alleys, or hell, if you wanted to go to the big old mall and city, whatever you want to call it, the biggest place to go downtown in the city, I wouldn't mind that either. See, that's it, the beauty of it. I'd go anywhere with you, baby. It'd be fun, it'd be amazing, just because it's you. And that's just what you do. You make things magical, baby. No, I'm not gonna pretend that magic isn't something that led us together, but I think what impresses me the most is how you can make me laugh. I'm so glad I can do the same to you. You still remember that? Honestly, that time by the campfire where you're making s'mores, it was the best. And honestly, you love food almost as much as me. And the way that you cook, oh baby, it's like a love song. And taste, every ingredient you show a little love to, and it gets better and better. And I can't get enough, baby. Everything you do to me, do for me. You always think of my best interest. Always let me have the last cookie or something. I know I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite here, but you shouldn't be doing that, baby. Of course I want you to be happy too. Hey, what say you we go to the cinema coming up? I want to watch a movie with you and just hold your hand. And then afterwards, I want to go to our little retreat in the woods. Right here. This little cabin. You see, the upper area where we got that big picture window. I love looking out at night over the lake when you can see the moon and the stars and there ain't no light pollution in that direction. And I couldn't live without this. It's so good, isn't it? This is the life. It might be simple, but what's wrong with that? We get a little bit of the city loving and a lot of the country, and we go back and forth, you and me. I think we're the perfect balance of both, because together we've taught a lot of both sides to each other. I know you're more of a city person, at least you were when I first met you, but now I think you understand why I like it out here too. The peace and quiet, the nature. Remember when we found our first bird watching poster and we ended up setting all the seed out, and we found a raccoon stealing all those seeds. Not just that, but there was a bear that came out, a small black bear, but he was still pretty big, bigger than a dog, I'd say. Honey, all I'm trying to say is that you complete me in ways I didn't know I needed completing, and I'm happy and I'm satisfied, and I couldn't ask for someone better because they don't exist. Now, I could go and bore you about how much I love you, but I think I'd much rather just hold you. Much rather just get to know you even more, since there's so much more to learn to you. I think I got a good handle on you, but the beautiful thing about people is that no matter how many years go by, when you're really in love with someone, you keep learning things about them. You keep learning the little things, right? The things that make you smile when you feel like you cry. That's what happens when you have that secret weapon you can pull out, and then everything's okay even when it shouldn't be. And then you make it right by that, and then there's nothing to be sad about. Ain't that the best way? Baby, I love you so much. I love you more than anything. And I can't handle it, The thought of us being more distant, because I always get called clingy, not by you, but they say, hey, you're smothering. And if anything, your little gummy bear won't be your gummy bear if you smother him too much. And I say, that's not exactly how it works, If you like how I am, I do end up spoiling a bit. I end up giving and giving and giving, because, baby, I don't really believe in love languages like that. But I like to see your smile when I can make you have one. When I can be a part of your life that brings you to that point where you can smile. That's what makes me smile. Not saying you don't do that for me, just in the opposite too. It's give and take, right? And what's a relationship if it ain't your best friend and the one person you want to hold and kiss in the world? And that's how I feel about you. And I know that they come in all shapes and sizes, and not everybody just wants one person or something. But for me, I'm gonna hold you when I say this, but you're more than enough for me, baby. I don't need nobody else. I don't want nobody else. And I could spend all day telling you why you're enough. For one, you're fun to hold. For two, you're not afraid to say what you mean when you really get in there. For three, you know how to cook. Got that right to my heart. And for four, you know how to eat. Five, you know how to make me laugh. Six, you like the same movies, but also different ones. So I get to see new ones and my favorites and talk about them with you. I mean, think about that. Whether we're watching it on this player in the living room, up here at the loft, or someplace else in a cinema, I don't care, because it still has the magic of you being there. And I for one, don't need anything too crazy for my life. I just need you. I've spent every day since I met you thinking about what we could be. And I think I wasted a lot of time about that. Not that we need to really have a set goal, right? But I thought it might be nice to. And the more I thought about it, the more I wanted to just be a happy little family unit in here. Just me and you. I don't need anything else. If we want something more down the road, we can definitely cross that road when we get there. But I think we should really make sure we stick it out and not anything we run into that feels like it's not going to be able to be beaten or taken care of. We rely on each other. Baby, you've saved me so many times since I met you because I was in a deep depression. It wasn't for what you think, but I had just lost 2 family members. I had just seen some terrible things go down in the city. I couldn't save everyone. The depression came and it kicked me in my butt, and you happened to come during the same time, and you saw some sides of me I'm not too proud of, but, well, yeah, everybody got one of those, but even if it was there, I didn't want it to show you that way, you know. I wanted you to be happy. I didn't want it to be some kind of melancholic first meeting, but we all can't plan how life goes, you know. It throws curveballs at you, and you never know what happened. Sometimes you just gotta close your eyes and take a swing. You know, it's funny to make a ballpark comparison when I've never played it in my life. Softball, hardball, whatever it's called. I know it's baseball, but there's like 5 different versions of it, right? That's okay, baby. Maybe you can teach me all about it. Either way, I could go my whole life without knowing all those negative things and holding on to the things that hurt me. I was doing that because I thought it was my duty as a hero to bear that suffering. And I know to an extent it's like bearing the responsibility for others. You can't do it. You can't just make someone make the right choice. But damn if it isn't a hard lesson to learn. Knowing that I let people down. I let you down at one point too. I'm not a perfect man. I'll never be. And that was a hard pill to swallow. I mean, think about it. If I could spend my life being anything, why would I want to be perfect? Half the things we did that made you smile were me making clumsy mistakes or you making something no thing labeled perfect could ever be doing. I'm not trying to offend you there, baby, but, you know, we got our quirks to us, and I don't just mean the literal ones. I mean, look at us. How many times have you thought since you met me, you wish I was more perfect? That's what I thought. And the feeling's mutual. I don't want you to be perfect. I want you to be you. And I've realized that that person that you are, that one that enchants me like a romance movie on repeat, that's what I want to get to. I want it to be all those good times, and I'm just sick of it being all drama and everything falling apart out there. No, it's not our business. I mean, it is as heroes, but not as lovers. And I know it kind of intertwines because you and I are both in the business. But that doesn't mean that's all we got. When we're on call, we can be those people. We can be those perfect images of justice. But when we're off, it's important that even we know we're not just some kind of robots who can save the day all the time. We got our feelings. We got our everything. Baby, I love you in ways I've never even thought love could be. I love the way you sit down sometimes. And I love the way when you're cooking something and you tell me exactly what goes into the ingredients, exactly what you do to make it taste so good. I love learning your secrets. I love how many you still have. And I love the fact you keep a diary of your feelings. I'd never look, but I'm glad you have it. Because if you feel something and you're not ready to tell me, that just means I gotta be patient till you are. And I've learned that to be the best man I can be, it's gonna take a lot. It's not easy. Being good at anything ain't. But that's okay. Because I'd rather be struggling along the way than let things get out of control where I'm beating myself up all the time. You know how many times I used to do that? You helped me with that a lot. You kept telling me it's okay to, make a mistake, even if it has bad consequences. And that was a hard pill to swallow. But you're right. You were always right with that. If I'm beating myself up, I'm just setting myself up for more failures. I'm just making it into something that shouldn't be. I'm making myself into a stressed out and messed up man. And I don't like that. Stress is everywhere. And I, for one, am sick of it. But I realize that's what you are, too. You take that stress and you turn it into something. You channel it into something and you make that bad day into something special. How many times have I come home and I can barely look in the mirror because I'm so mad? And then 10 minutes later, and there we are, back at it again. Comfortable, happy, cozy. And I honestly wouldn't change a damn thing about us. You're perfect, baby. I know it's tired. That saying, everybody says their significant other is perfect. But when I say it, I mean it in every way I care about. I don't want you to be some image of someone else. Baby, I like that you look exactly the way you are, that you act exactly the way you are. And if I wanted some paint-up, then I'd be looking for a long damn time just to find that they weren't as good as you. And that's not me telling you that you can't also double as a paint-up. I think you'd be a fine one, but I don't want anybody else to see you. Maybe you can be one just for me. But baby, what I want is for us to have a future and a present that we can all be proud of. You and I, we're in this together. And that's a big thing. Not just anyone gets to go at it together, So many people don't. And I feel bad for them because think about it. If you've been spending your whole damn life waiting for someone and you never find someone, I think a lot of people be struggling out there because they're looking in the wrong places. They're looking for something that isn't real. And sometimes real is different than you imagine. I know you didn't see yourself with me, did you? Well, maybe you're a special case. Maybe you got some kind of future sight you didn't know. Second quirk or something. It don't matter. Because right now, all that matters to me is making you feel loved. I know you've been insecure about your body. And I know how that feels. I used to get made fun of a lot. My quirk doesn't exactly make me into a peak male physique or something. And that's okay. We all have the things that make us special, baby. And I think your special is all over you. Head to toe. I would change a hair on your body, baby. Maybe a little bit more confidence, but I can help with that.